So I'm having a chat with Pierce of The Claws. How are you?
I'm alright, man. A bit warm.
Yeah.
So sticky after
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's a bit warm today, isn't it?
I know, mate. It's even warmer when you're in a big tent like that. But
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you've not long come off stage, I don't think. How was it?
yeah, mate, it was wicked actually. So good. We love this festival. This is probably, I think this is the third time we played it, but it's the first time we played that stage. Yeah, it was wicked, man.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best festival sets we've done.
Good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
That's great to hear. And once you finish here this weekend, what's your plan next?
Well, we've got Preston Live tomorrow and then Tramlines on Sunday, so
Busy.
we've got to keep it sensible, really. We've got stuff on, so
Yeah.
But we'll have a good time. We'll go and watch the Ratings and then Blossoms.
Yeah, nice. And what's your plan for doing some more shows and touring this year?
Well, it's album year this year,
Okay.
our debut. So we've got biggest tour we've ever done at the end of the year across the UK and potentially maybe into Europe. So yeah, it's all systems go, man. It's all systems go, selling well. So.
Tell us a bit more about the album.
Well, it's kind of like a long time coming, really. It's taken us a good few years of graft to get here, and it's finally started to click on it. So it just feels like the perfect time to bring it out. But it's a body of work that's basically a symbol of like 4 lads growing up from being mates around school and college to growing into men together. So it means a lot to us and to people who are behind it. Can't wait for it, man. It's a dream, and it's to release your album. So hopefully
Thanks.
put our stamp on the world.
Yeah, for sure. The sound that you've made with the record, is it the sound that you wanted, or is it kind of just how it turned out?
Nah, it's like if you listen to us from the start, our early stuff is very much like garage band kind of, 17, 18-year-old kids just trying to make noise and put gigs on for their mates. But as we've kind of grown up over the years and matured over the last 2 EPs prior to this album, it's kind of a culmination of everything. And it's all kind of led to this one place, and that's what the album is. I can't really bracket it as like a particular sound or down a particular avenue. It all just sounds like The Claws, really. But it's basically a product of our parents' record collection that we skived off from when we were kids, just morphed into one body of work, and so yeah, it's come out exactly as we'd hoped.
Good. Tell us a bit more about the writing process. For you guys, how do tracks normally start off?
Well, it's predominantly it kind of comes from at the start of this year and the back end of last year, writing the album, I locked myself in the shed at the back of my garden that I've kind of like cleared out and made into a little writing recording space. So I've been hibernating in there for the past 8-9 months, just writing away, coming up with ideas, and then I'll get a bass idea down together, or someone else will come up with a little riff or something. And then we'll get together and demo the idea and, bring it to life that way. And then all get in around it on the studio and try and bring it. But, we try and do things as collaboratively as possible, do you know what I mean? Because I think that's where you get the best out of it. If I've written a little song, I could do it all myself, or, any of the lads could do it all themselves, but it's never going to be as good as if you get everyone around it in the room. So that's how we try and do things.
Yeah, nice. Tell us a bit more about the lyrics side of things as well. How easy do you find it to create the lyrics to your music?
It varies track by track, really. There's a couple of songs on the album that I wrote just came out, just fell onto the page. But other ones you kind of have to go fishing a little bit more, and it depends what you're writing about, really. A lot of the album is there's a lot of social commentary on the album, which tends to be, a little bit harder for me to kind of put into words sometimes, just because there's so much going on around where we've grown up. But there's other songs in the album that are, a little bit more personal to myself and emotional, and those tend to be the ones that you kind of just write really quickly and come out because it's all in your head. You know what you're gonna say. But yeah, that's the gist of it.
Nice. And I'm sure you wrote more than what made it onto the records. What happens to those now? Do you consider them again down the line, or is it a case of binning them off? And
to be honest, there's a couple of songs that I wrote for the album that were good enough to get on the album, but it's weird. It was like, it's hard to explain. They were more than good enough to get on the album, and they'll probably end up on the second album. But we had our track list kind of set in mind from the start. And yeah, there's a couple of songs that have been out for a couple of years on it that just deserve to be on our debut album. So there's, I think there's some songs that could easily have been singles off this album that ain't on it. So, but that's all for the second, I need yeah.
Yeah, nice. There's plenty of touring still to come. Where do you want to get to?
Right to the top, mate. We wouldn't, be here and doing this if we didn't want to be the biggest band about. If that's not your dream when you get into music, then for me,
yeah,
I'm not sure what reason. There's probably a lot of other reasons, but for me, I'm not sure what reason you'd do it for. Everyone wants to, make their mark on the world and connect people with their music and make people feel happy. So we just want to go right to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get there one day, but you never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
Fingers crossed for that.
Yeah,
Pierce,
yeah.
it's been a pleasure.
Hopefully.
Having
Thanks a lot, mate.
track with you.
What was that?
Having a chat with you. Thanks.
Having
so
sorry, mate. Yeah, mate. It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks for
pleasure.
having me.